is sharing success with our members and our community. That's why our members get more just for banking with us, like chances to win sweepstakes.
Make sure we're live. And we are right there. There we go. And we want to thank Desert Financial Credit Union for sponsoring the KRIM Community Spotlight Program. Good morning, Rim Country. Chris Higgins in the studio. Hope you're having a wonderful Thursday. It's a beautiful day out there. It's supposed to be, wow, gorgeous, in the mid-70s. So I hope you get a chance to get outside, enjoy some of the weather. But I do want to say I'm sorry for those with allergies, because I know you guys are suffering real bad. So maybe don't stay outside too long if you have bad allergies. Anyway, in the studio today, I have Garrett Goldman from Green Valley Water. And you are the district manager, correct?
Yes, I am.
Of Green Valley Water. So thank you so much, Garrett, for coming in today.
Well, thank you for having me.
And we're gonna, talk about a few different things, but I guess careers at Green Valley Water. But also, even before we go there, you pointed out before the program that this last Tuesday, March 22nd, was World Water Day.
World Water Day, it's just a day that was been designated to try to focus on water and the importance of water in our everyday lives.
And you guys process a little bit of water.
About 1 million gallons a day.
1 million gallons a day. Go flow into the facility?
They flow into the facility and out of the facility.
And out of the facility. Wow. And maybe if there's people listening that don't realize that water, a lot of it, or I don't know what percentage, but goes to Green Valley lakes.
Well, during the summer months, 100% of what we produce or clean goes back up to Green Valley lakes and keeps the lakes full. And in the winter, when there's groundwater or rain events, some of it does end up going down American Gulch.
Gotcha. But so the Green Valley lakes, the beautiful lakes that we have in Green Valley Park, that so many people in the community and people that are visiting the community love to enjoy and walk around, fish in, just sit and stare at, because they're just beautiful. That is it's produced by the water from Green Valley Water. So there we go, World Water Day last Tuesday. So we want to talk today mainly about working at Green Valley Water and the value of wastewater treatment as a career path, and just how many different careers that there are with wastewater treatment.
Well, it's really varied out there. We have I don't think most people understand exactly what we do and that, but we have people that maintain our collection system. We have almost 200 miles worth of lines in the ground in the community to collect the wastewater and get it to our facility. Then we have wastewater treatment operators, and all of those people have actually certifications through ADEQ. You have to go take a test, and there's several different levels of that. And then once you're inside the plant, we have maintenance staff, we have our full administration staff, we operate a Arizona Department of Health Services certified laboratory.
Oh, wow.
There, so it's really varied.
So how many employees do you currently have at Green Valley Water?
Currently we have 24 people.
24, wow. And you are, I believe you said you are fully staffed right now?
Yeah, we're fully staffed at this point. And,
yeah. Oh, wow. That and the people that are working there, I mean, I know it's high, but what is the average length of employment?
Right now we're just at 10 years average.
10 years. Wow.
But in the last 4 years, we've added at least 4 positions, and I've had 5 people retire, so those have been replaced with people with less tenure, obviously. So it's still up at 10 years.
Still at 10 years. And the person that has been there the longest, Who has that title?
David Million
David Million.
is our treatment plant manager,
Mm-hmm.
and he's been there for 38 years.
38
Yes.
years. Oh my goodness, 38. And David, I mean, he's a young guy. What did did he get hired on at like 12?
I think something like that. Maybe a little younger.
Wow. And David, I've known David for a while, and the connection, it's a great connection between David and KRIM. His former wife, Vanda, was a DJ here at KRIM, and just a lovely person, and she was great. So that's how I met David, and yeah, he's a great guy.
Yeah.
Great guy. But there's someone right on his heels, isn't there? Because there isn't a big gap between David and the next, like, longest tenured.
No,
Boy.
Bob Depew has
Uh-huh.
been there for 37 years.
37 years.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Wow. So between the two of them, 75 years experience at Green Valley Water, just between two employees.
Just between two of them. So, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
If you want to know what's happened, you ask either one of them. They'll be able to tell you.
They're the also the resident historians,
Yeah, pretty
then,
much.
aren't they?
Yep.
Oh man, that is something. So, about the industry. So, are you seeing, or is there growth in the water treatment industry right now?
I don't know so much about growth,
Uh-huh.
but I think there's definitely a lack of understanding of what both water, the clean
Mhm.
water side, and wastewater side,
Mhm.
the opportunities that are in that industry.
Gotcha.
And they're, go ahead.
Yeah, no, and then and I guess it goes back to the just so many different types of jobs
Mhm.
that there are in the wastewater industry. Maybe, and I don't know if this is accurate, but maybe 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago, it just wasn't as advanced as it is now. And with all the different advancements that the industry has seen, it most likely has created more jobs.
Well, definitely the integration of technology
Okay,
into the processes has increased jobs.
Mhm.
And for instance, we have a GIS department, that's Geographical
right.
Information Systems, and they do all of our mapping and record keeping,
Mm-hmm.
so that we can actually have historical records on the assets that we have, and then maintain those in a way that is the most beneficial for our customers, and to keep them running for not just the near term, but for the long term.
Yeah. So because how new is the GIS two?
Well,
Green Valley
and
Water?
to Green Valley Water, we're about 3 years into
Okay.
implementing that.
And I guess in the industry, when did that start getting implemented?
It really, GIS has been around since I believe the late 70s, but it was the last 10 to 15 years. It's
Gotcha.
gotten to a point where it's usable,
Gotcha.
and
Gotcha.
people can actually use it as a tool.
Gotcha. And it just isn't, I guess, something that maybe isn't necessary, or
Well,
or I mean, before, when it was before.
well, it was necessary.
Uh-huh.
The technology just hadn't gotten to a point
Gotcha. Okay.
to where it was easily integrated.
Gotcha. Okay. And a lot of the positions at Green Valley Water require certifications. You had mentioned the ADEQ certifications.
So all of our operators, both in the collections department and on the treatment plant side of it, they
Mhm.
have to be certified.
Mhm.
And there's 4 different grades. Grade 1 is the entry level, basically, and it can go up to a grade 4.
Okay.
And so as you take these tests and experience
Mhm.
and pass, there's opportunity to move up in the industry. And the other thing about this operator certifications is it's a national test.
Oh.
So if you get certified in Arizona, you can then take that and transfer that to other states.
Oh. Okay.
And every community has to have both a water system and a wastewater system, and they require these certifications to run those systems.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, when you think about it, it is a profession that allows for people to transfer to work in almost any community if there's available positions.
Yeah. Anywhere in the U.S. and abroad.
Wow. Huh. I guess a lot of people don't look at it that way or don't think about that. I guess the extent of the training and the
Mhm.
qualifications and just all of the knowledge that the different technicians,
Mhm.
with the different grades that you have to possess to be able to do your job.
It is a skilled profession.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a laborer's position
Mm-hmm.
or an entry level position. It
Mhm.
actually requires your knowledge base to increase
Mhm.
and over time, and you can use that almost any place.
Hmm. And I know, and that's great because recently you said that you had five, I think you said five employees retired.
Yeah, since my tenure, which is just over 4 years, I've had 5 employees retire.
Okay, so you've hired
Yes.
new, and how many of your employees are from Payson?
We counted it up the other day. I think there's 12 or 13 of our employees have graduated from either Payson High or over in Young.
Mm,
So all local people.
yeah, no, that is, it's great. It is, and what's very impressive, I've always been impressed with this about Green Valley Water, is when most of the time when people are hired there, they stay there. I mean, obviously you have people
Mhm.
retire, and maybe some people there over the years they haven't, they've gone on to something else, but the turnover is very, very low,
Yeah.
isn't it?
We don't experience a lot of turnover other than retirements, and I
Mhm.
think that says a lot about the culture in
Mhm.
the business itself.
Hmm. Yeah, it does. The culture, just the environment, the
Mhm.
culture, the operation, just I mean all of it. Because I think reading and a few years ago, the average length of employment, nationwide and across all industries is like 5 years
Right.
or so. So if you're averaging 10, and that's with five kind of long timers retiring, it was probably higher. At
Oh, it was 4 years ago. It was up close to 20.
close to 20.
Yeah. So
Wow, wow. We do have a comment from our Facebook page because we are streaming on KRIM FM and on our YouTube channel, KRIM 96.3 FM. Carol Stanton, she commented, if you are ever offered the chance to take a tour of the water treatment plant, Green Valley Water, go. And now you don't have to be offered. It isn't something that you have to, like field trips for classes or have a certain job or whatever. You can sign up for a tour, can't you?
we encourage
Mhm.
all of the community come down and take a tour, and you can actually sign up on our website, which is greenvalleywater.org.
Mm-hmm.
There's a link on there, I believe it's on the top, to take a tour.
Mm-hmm.
We have standard tour times, but if that doesn't work for you, contact our office and we will accommodate a time that does work for you.
And before we started the program, I pulled up the website, and again, like Garrett said, it's greenvalleywater.org, and it's a wonderful site. It's a great site with your rebranding, all of it. I mean, you guys, that rebranding touched every part of the organization, didn't it?
It did.
And
Yes, it did.
the website, oh man, it is a great site, very easy to navigate. If you want to access your account, you can pay your bill online here. As Garrett said, sign up for a tour, report a problem, get a permit, and start that process. Obviously, apply for a job, but a great site that has a lot of really good information about Green Valley Water. But also, as Carol said, the tours, and Randy Roberson and I, You invited us down, and we did a tour, and it's just amazing. It's an amazing facility.
It amazed me when I got there, the depth and the technology and science that's actually used in the treatment process.
Yeah, and you mentioned a lot of the different positions, and you mentioned the lab as well, and it's written down here as affectionately referred to as the bug lab.
Well, we do our treatment, it's all done biologically.
Uh-huh.
And so we don't use any chemicals to treat the water.
Uh-huh.
And the bacteria that we actually use to treat the water, we call them bugs.
Uh-huh.
So that's why it's called the bug lab.
The bug lab. I know on our tour, it was great, going by the tanks, and you were explaining, okay, here's where the bugs are, and they do this, and this is their role here. And here's another tank where, okay, now they're doing this, and this is their role and what they do here. And also, your job, or one of the jobs, is to make sure the bugs are healthy and able to do what they're designed to do.
So we actually, you have to promote the correct environment to get the correct type of bugs, bacteria, and to do the treatment. If you don't have the right type, it doesn't treat.
Yeah.
And so it's science all the way from the time it enters the plant to the time it leaves the plant.
Wow. Wow. So, again, positions at Green Valley Water all the way, administrative, to, working in the bug lab. Kind of a mad scientist in the bug lab. How about COVID? When COVID, was kind of at its peak, how did that affect you guys?
Well, COVID actually provided us an opportunity, and I guess it was almost a prod, because we couldn't stop. There was no isolation for us. The plant has to run. And otherwise the community's put at risk with untreated water.
Yes.
So we used that opportunity, and we really modified our schedules. We used to be run just 5 days a week. We now staff the plant 7 days a week.
Oh, wow.
Out there. And we have crews, we split them up, and it gave us a chance to be able to experiment and to find a more efficient way to do our job.
Oh, wow.
And so since COVID is kind of, I don't want to say it's gone, but it's on the downturn here, we've taken a lot of that experience that we gained and we've modified the way our operation runs.
I think, we've heard that from other businesses as well, and in other industries, that it was not a good time, obviously.
No.
Not a fun time at all. And a lot of negatives, but there were opportunities, like you said, to look at, your business model, processes, and refine them, alter them, adjust them to where, ultimately it made them more efficient. So, no, it's interesting. And actually, that's, I enjoy talking with different businesses or organizations and learning or hearing how they adapted, during that time. That's very interesting to me. All of that, kind of the processes and workflows and how, different challenges are handled. So, that is good. So, when positions do come available, how are they listed? How are they put out there?
Well, they're on our website.
Okay.
So if you're interested in a position, just watch our website. If on the I'm looking at the website now, the apply for a job tab there. If something's open, it'll appear there. We also do advertise radio to try to get it out to the community, and we really prefer, unless it's a higher level position, we prefer to hire and to train and bring people up in the industry. So just kind of pay attention, I guess is what I could say.
And it is really a case, and it's demonstrated by Green Valley Water, that you are dedicated to growth, to the growth and development of the employees, and also while providing competitive wages and I mean, and the work environment.
Yeah.
It's just a great work environment. Again, you know, it's not you know, proclaiming that or others proclaiming, but it's shown, it's demonstrated through, you know, again, average length of employment over 10
Right.
years.
Well, you know, if you think about what we do for 24 employees,
Yes.
We are a self-sustaining entity out there. So from our administrative staff, we do all of our own billing, we do all of our own accounts receivable, accounts payable, HR, all of that's done in-house. There, we want to create a culture that will keep people there. Because with 24 people, we have almost $65 million of assets on our books. That's what we're maintaining out there. We're trying to run as lean and mean as possible. And you don't do that unless you have a good work culture.
Oh, yes, a good work culture and a great staff too.
Yes.
Great employees. Yeah. So we do have a question here.
Okay.
Joel Mona. And Joel, before I get to the question though, I do want to encourage people to follow Green Valley Water on social media as well, because not only was the website redone, and it's a wonderful website, but you are also now on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn.
Right.
Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah, so you can stay up to date and get information on those social media platforms as well. And the question, I'll get to the question, and this is good. I'm always trying to encourage people, if they have questions, you can do it through the Facebook page, ask a question. And this is something that you and I have talked about. So I like this, the question here. Can you imagine, here's the question, can you imagine that the water would ever be finished to potable and be distributed to residents or be used as potable water?
Someday, and I put that in quotes.
Yeah.
On that, it will happen.
It will.
It has to happen.
Well, and it is already happening. It's already happening, and not like potable where it's being put in lines, but San Diego, Stone Brewery in San Diego receives water from their treatment facility that they use to make one of their beers.
Right.
And that started, how many years ago now? That was
It's been a
few years.
Yeah.
And I remember we were talking about also the program down at, wasn't it Tucson, where they were looking at different water treatment facilities to participate?
The Arizona Water Association,
which
is kind of the industry association, this is probably about 5 or 6 years ago. They actually had a trailer that they had outfitted with a ultra fine, I know that's not quite the right word, a treatment facility in it.
Gotcha.
And they took it to different treatment facilities, and then they partnered with local breweries to create beer from the effluent.
Yeah. And I think, again, we have talked about this, you and I, because I think it just makes sense, because all water, and sorry guys, if you don't want to hear this, cover your ears, but all water is recycled. All water is recycled.
There's no new water.
There's no. Yeah, it's kind of like maybe the same concept. People that go to the store and they're like, "Look, we just get our meat at the store. It's not a cow that was processed or whatever. It's just it comes from the store." No, it's the same with water. There isn't, like you said, new water, so it's recycled. From the ground up to the sky, back down, and whether it's drinking water, the treatment facilities, it's all recycled.
Right. Well, in water, it is a commodity and it is an asset to the community. And so, by our water going to Green Valley Lakes and keeping the lakes full there, and then from there we actually pump our water. We feed the golf courses, so Payson Golf Course and Chaparral Pines and the Brim.
Yes.
There's a lake over at the end of Longhorn, the Woodland Meadows Lake, that's fed with our water, and then the ball fields at the high school are all fed with, are irrigated with our water. So that's all an asset that's kept back in the community and used for the benefit of the community. And so that's our goal, is we want to use as much of that as possible and keep it here rather than just turning it down American Gulch
Mm-hmm.
and having it go down to the Verde River and ultimately to Phoenix.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, it is very interesting. I think it's you know, people can look at water and just I don't know, just take it for granted.
Yeah.
You know, it's just water. Yeah, but just water itself, how complex. And we love talking with Tanner Henry,
Mm-hmm.
with the you know water department, and the you know, the water treatment or the water plant there, the new one, just everything that's done and how, you know, what's done to the water. It's very, very interesting. And I know you guys work closely, and there's
Yes.
a lot that kind of overlaps. But yeah, it's interesting. And Joel, that's is a good question. And I you know, like you said, someday, who knows when that'll be, but you know, I think as, you know, you hear more and more discussions on these populated areas and how, you know, much water, you know, that they have, or how much are they going to be able to be supplied the water, there'll be different things that, you know, have to be done.
Yes.
So I know just this week we had, his name's Alan Mann, and he's his family does mission work, but they're involved with a system that extracts water from air, from the air, and a very efficient system using a solar panel, fans that draw the water in, and then the water is extracted from the air, put in a tank. So another, you know, way that we can harvest water or get water. But yeah, very, very interesting. Well, it's 10:30, Garrett.
Oh man, quickest half hour of the day.
I know it's great having you in here. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity.
Oh, it's again at any time, because we love talking about Green Valley Water, just all of the wonderful things you're doing, and the great service that you provide to the community.
It's what we strive to do.
There you go. And again, as Carol stated, Carol Stanton on our Facebook Live, she highly recommends a tour, and you can sign up for a tour on the greenvalleywater.org website. Very easy. And you said it's what, Wednesday typically?
I believe it's the second Wednesday.
Second Wednesday.
First or second. So.
Um,
But if that doesn't work, call us.
Yeah.
We'll make something work.
There you go. Well, again, thank you, Garrett, and thank you everyone for watching on our KRIM Facebook Live, and for everyone listening on the radio today. Hope again you're having a great morning, and you have a wonderful afternoon. Let's get back to the music with some Janis Joplin, Cat Stevens, Van Halen, and more. But first, an update from the National Weather Service.
Plans for Payson and surrounding areas.
It truly is the fastest 30 minutes of the day.
All right,
goes
guys.
quick.
Thank you. Have a great day, guys. See ya.